Hey guys, Plain and Simple Man here, and the video footage you're watching is me playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare using the Xbox One's game DVR because I'm having PC issues. I already said it a couple of weeks ago, it's not able to process video coming through the Elgato capture card. I'm dropping frames, audio's not syncing, the whole 9 yards. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare tournament we had at our house over the weekend. And if you haven't seen the video that I made, the link is listed down below, but basically I had both of my kids. I got a high school son, I got a middle school son. They invited some of their friends over. We had this big tournament with food, drink, you name it, and we gave out a prize at the end, which was basically a poster board, but still, it was all in good fun and everybody had a good time. But this video is going to focus on some of the things that did not go well. Okay, now I presented you guys with a 6-minute video, and of course, the video is going to look great, but there were problems before the tournament began, during the tournament, that were not captured on video. And I want to talk about these things and also talk about some improvements for the next tournament, because I think we're going to have another tournament here real soon. Now, the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to get another Xbox One controller because I only had 3. So I asked my son to see if his friend would come over and bring his controller. So we brought him over an hour before the tournament began so we can pair the controller. And I've done this numerous times without fail, but for some reason I could not pair the controller. I tried and I tried and I tried, and I'm looking at the clock and there was like an hour left before the tournament was going to begin. I couldn't pair the controller, so I had to Google search how to pair an Xbox One controller, and to my surprise, there it was. And to even my bigger surprise, I was doing everything exactly right. But for some reason, when I opened up Google search and searched it, it worked. I don't know if Google decided to put some magic spell that if you click on something, it makes everything work, but it worked. Thank goodness, but the problems weren't over, because the second problem was we could not get linked in with the servers at all. Now, we connected to Xbox Live perfectly fine, but when we started to try and get into the game, we were not having any luck getting into the servers. Now, I don't know if it's because it was double XP weekend with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Maybe I could have system linked it, but I started to panic because half an hour went by and nothing was working correctly, but we did end up getting it working fine. Everything was great. Now, after everybody started to arrive, it started to get a little hectic because I had to start divvying up the different teams that were going to be playing, and for some reason I miscalculated the number of teams that were actually playing. I said we were going to have 10 teams, which was 10 teams of 2 people. So what did my wife do? She ended up drawing the bracket, the tournament bracket, based on 10 teams, and as she got finished with it, I started to realize we only had 9 teams. So my wife had to erase the entire bracket off the poster board, and what made it worse was my printer wasn't working. So it wasn't like I can go to the website and print out another sheet so she can copy off this. No, I had to go to the website and I had to look at the sheet and take a picture of it with my smartphone, which was too small, of course, and so I decided to draw it up, and I drew it up, but she couldn't read my handwriting. So while this whole thing was going on, this whole extravaganza, I had a bunch of kids standing in my family room looking at me as if to say, you know, what's going on here? And the last thing I wanted to have happen was to have both of my kids get embarrassed because they go to school on Monday and their friends are like, yeah, hey, good job, your father really hit a home run with this one. He couldn't even get the Xbox One consoles to work, he didn't even draw the bracket right. Anyway, not to make it sound any worse than it already was at the moment, we ended up calming down, we ended up getting it right and starting the tournament. And when the tournament started, guys, it went off without a hitch. It really did. But what we found out was, what we did is we put a time limit on the match. And we had a point system and a time limit. Now, here's where the problem lied. When one of the teams, especially later on in the round, especially later on down the road where all the better teams were kind of left standing, if one team was ahead by 5 or 6 kills, we started to realize that team started to camp and waited for the time to stop and, you know, to wind down. I don't have anything against camping, but when you have a bunch of high school kids and middle school kids and you're in your house trying to run a tournament, I want everything to run smoothly. And you can't blame the team that's ahead to camp. They want to win, right? So we decided that the next tournament we're going to do one of two things. We're going to either have both teams have one bot on their team, because bots don't camp. So if the other team sees that the enemy bot is killing his bot, they're going to come out. They're going to come out of hiding. The next thing is we're going to eliminate the time altogether, because Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, for some reason in private match, only allows you to go from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So we're not going to even have a time. We're just going to put a score, and then we're going to play it that way. But overall, you know, the tournament did go well. But at the end of the tournament, what I found, you know, we need to change this, is at the very end of the tournament, and you'll see it in the video, the winning team gets the, you know, they get the poster board that has the tournament bracket on it, but they also get the Atlas and Sentinel signs, and we had every player sign both of the signs and give it to each of the players that won. So the Atlas sign that was above one of the TVs and the Sentinel sign that was above the other TV, every player signed it with a Sharpie, and then we gave it to each of the winners. But, you know, but the second and third place teams, they did very well too, and they need to be rewarded. So I think the next time we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to give out medals. You know, I'm going to make some medals. I'm going to go to some, you know, maybe Michael's or Bed Bath & Beyond or someplace, and I'm going to find some material. I'm going to cut something up on a laser and paint it. I'm going to make some medals for these kids, because you know what? They deserve it. They had a good time, and I was really, really proud of the feedback that I was getting from the parents of the kids and the kids themselves. They really appreciated coming over and having a good time. It really made me feel good. It really made me feel like, you know, what we did was special, unique, and different. I don't think I've ever seen anybody try to do this unless you were on a professional level. I mean, this was in my living room. There was no Monster drink sponsors. You know, there was no Rockstar energy drink sponsors. There was no Scuff controller sponsors. There was none of that. It was just me, my bag, my family, my friends, and my kids' friends, and it was great, and we had a good time, and I'm so happy we did it. We're going to do it again. We're going to work out the kinks, and remember, guys, as always, remember to like, subscribe, comment, watch the next video I come out with. You know what? Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm getting real close. Anyway, I'm Plain and Simple Man. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here.